From de Quip to de Kop. I'm actually very proud of that. But it is now looking ever likely that Liverpool are going to appoint Feyenoord manager Arne Slot as their new manager. This is huge news, and I believe that Liverpool have got this absolutely spot on. Slot has done wonderful things in the Eredivisie. He has revolutionised Feyenoord, a big institution of Dutch football, are suddenly competing where they belong, and it is all because of the brilliance of Arne Slot. Liverpool have acted fast and they have acted deliberately because they know that both Barcelona and Bayern Munich are keeping an eye on the goings-on at Feyenoord. So Liverpool have been meticulous and they have been calculated, and they have made Arne Slot top of their list. Firstly, I think it's important to acknowledge how well Liverpool have done here. It didn't go their way with Xavi Alonso, and they have decided, for one reason or another, that the Amorim to Liverpool rumours, the Amorim to Liverpool manoeuvre, is no longer going to happen. So what have they done? They have gone out with purposeful precision yet again and have got their man. Arne Slot to Liverpool. It makes so much sense. Inheriting this young, talented squad that is also laced with elite footballers is going to be a gift for Arne Slot, and it is most certainly a gift that he deserves. When it comes to management, Slot has the Midas touch. At AZ Alkmaar, he achieved their highest ever points tally, and he went into Feyenoord in the summer of 2021, and as a club, they have never looked back. And when you analyse what Arne Slot has done at Feyenoord, this is going to be music to the ears of Liverpool fans. He is so in keeping with the traditions of Liverpool Football Club and the continuity from Jurgen Klopp. Exciting, high energy, high tempo, attacking football. Totally in the tradition of Liverpool Football Club, totally in the tradition of Jurgen Klopp, is going to allow Liverpool to continue to flourish in a very similar mould to what they have done so well with over the past 7 years of Klopp. But not only did they play pulsating football, they delivered when it most mattered. They've won a cup, but they also won the league. And what Slot achieved in winning that league, it deserved more noise, it deserved more of a fanfare. It wasn't discussed enough. What he did there was truly historic. I'm not suggesting that it was as good as what Ranieri did at Leicester. In my opinion, the Leicester win is the best thing that has ever happened in sport. It transcends football. Nothing comes close to the Ranieri, Wes Morgan achievement, but what Slot's Feyenoord team did certainly deserves a mention, and it is certainly cut from similar cloth to the Leicester City story. I don't know if the landscape of Dutch football is as broadly understood as it could be. I think that we see Feyenoord as being a big club, and because of the iconic players that we know have played for that club over the years, we can constantly think of icons that have come to England and been brilliant, or icons that have just been sensational in the world of football, and they often have Feyenoord as part of their story. Therefore, I think that we perhaps hyperinflate the foothold that Feyenoord have in the Eredivisie. You know, I will forever see Feyenoord as being a big club. One of my favourite ever footballers, Ruud Gullit, played for Feyenoord. The list goes on. Robin van Persie played for Feyenoord. Giovanni van Bronckhorst, the sweetest of sweet left foots, elite for both Arsenal and for Glasgow Rangers, played for Feyenoord. Dirk Kuyt, Jerzy Dudek, Henrik Larsson, all played for Feyenoord. And therefore I think somehow that it is slightly skewed in our perception. We overestimate quite how significant Feyenoord are. Just to demonstrate the standing of Feyenoord, this century they have only won the league twice. Once was Arne Slot. So prior to Slot, they had literally won the league once this century. You know, winning the league is obviously admirable. Winning the league once is incredibly admirable. I am not sneering at this. I'm not calling Feyenoord a small club, nothing like that. I'm just trying to demonstrate exactly who they are and exactly what they represent. Remember, the Eredivisie is far easier to win than the Premier League. So although Arsenal haven't won the league for 2 decades, in a comparable way to Feyenoord, it is far easier to win the Eredivisie than it is the Premier League. I think it's fair to say that Feyenoord are the 3rd biggest club in Holland, obviously behind Ajax and obviously behind PSV Eindhoven. So whilst Feyenoord, Slot's Feyenoord, are the 3rd biggest team in the country, they are miles behind, a stratosphere away from the budget of the 2 bigger clubs in the country. Not only that, but the club that he inherited was a club in turmoil. When we think of the Netherlands, what do we think? We think of total football. We think of Marco van Basten. We think of Johan Cruyff. And the traditions of Dutch football are very important to the people of that country. It's very important to the people who go along to watch Feyenoord play. And the club that Slot took over was a club in crisis. Dick Advocaat. Yeah, you remember him, Glasgow Rangers, Dick Advocaat. He was the manager prior to Slot getting the Feyenoord job. And the club were atrocious. They were incredibly negative. They were incredibly defensive. They were incredibly boring. They were incredibly uninspiring. Now, none of these words are good for any football club in the world, but a Dutch football club, a proud Dutch football club, the spirit of Total 90, the spirit of sexy football. The traditions were in the pits. And suddenly Slot comes along. Slot takes Feyenoord from being this dull, uninspiring defensive side to one of the most pulsating teams in European football. He has them slapping up teams in Europe. He has them in a European final. He has them going to penalties. So unfortunately against Jose Mourinho's Roma. The story that could have been. But he has pedigree in Europe. That is now non-negotiable. And when you think about Liverpool, Liverpool's priorities, Liverpool's rich history when it comes to a European context, I think this is a match made in heaven. I am terribly sorry for interrupting your video, but trust me, you're going to want to hear this. How does a free case of London beer sound? That's right. My friends at Beer 52 are offering you a free case of 8 exclusive London beers. That's right. These beers have all been developed in collaboration with TfL. That's Transport for London. Have a look at this. You get a wonderful package. You get some glorious snacks. Very important when you're having a drink. Some nice vouchers. Look, very nice. Oh, I love this. You get a magazine called Ferment, which gives you some information on booze. Absolutely brilliant. Why London is still the UK's best city for beer. And most importantly, you get some glorious looking beers. What shall I go for today? That one looks nice, but I think... this one looks perfection, eh? King's Cross. Ooh, glorious. Wow, that is a smooth IPA. I can smell it. It's bursting with tropical flavours. Beer 52 are the UK's #1 beer club, showcasing the best independent breweries from across the world. This month, they've teamed up with a host of London's most creative breweries to create an exclusive case of beers celebrating the city's incredible transport network and brewing excellence. You can discover the concepts behind the beers with the award-winning Ferment magazine, which includes a one-of-a-kind craft beer tube map developed in collaboration with TfL. And remember, if you don't like dark beer, just choose the light case. And don't forget, you get some lovely snacks in there as well. Also, remember, after all of that good stuff, if for some reason you aren't satisfied, you can simply pause or cancel at any time. So that's www.beer52.com/Jennings to claim your free case of beer now. All you'll have to do is cover the meagre postage cost of £5.95 and you will receive this free case of beer. Remember, it's beer 52/Jennings. This is the one to get as well. It's a Londoner's drink. Cheers. Arne Slot's philosophy is so attacking. He believes that you should go for the jugular. He is into ball retention. I think he is seen as being a disciple of Pep Guardiola, but has a comparable management style to that of De Zerbi. Maybe even Mikel Arteta. He will also understand Liverpool, what Liverpool are, what Liverpool represent, who Liverpool want to be, the future of Liverpool. What do the Kop want to see? He will fully understand the traditions of the club because he's very good friends with Pep Lijnders. I think it's very easy to dismiss these sort of links, but I really do think they matter. It is so important that the man at the helm understands what the club are about, and Pep Lijnders will make sure that Arne Slot fully understands the spirit of Shankly, Ian St. John, Roger Hunt, Emlyn Hughes, Liverpool's European wins over the years. Where have they come? He needs to immerse the culture. He needs to understand what happened in London, what happened in Paris, what happened in Istanbul, what happened in Madrid. It's so important that he embraces the full culture of the club. And I believe the link and friendship, deep friendship, entrenched friendship that he has with Pep Lijnders is key to this. Now look, personally, I love Slot's approach. I love Slot's philosophy. I love the way that he has gone into Feyenoord, a proud club, and given them something to sing about. I love that he turned down a Premier League job. I think it shows that he is waiting for the right opportunity. When Leeds United sacked Jesse Marsch, they were desperate to hire Arne Slot. He decided that he wanted to stay at Feyenoord, to finish the project and wait for the perfect opportunity. He isn't simply a chancer. He isn't desperate for an opportunity. He isn't simply chasing the money. He bought into Feyenoord. He's part of what they are doing. and he was waiting for the perfect opportunity. Now we know it's impossible to turn down Liverpool Football Club. If Liverpool Football Club want you, it is virtually impossible for him to not take that. But it shows the fact that he turned down Leeds and the riches of the Premier League when Leeds United were a Premier League team. It shows that he isn't simply motivated by money. He is a man of principle, a man who devoted time to Feyenoord, and a man who was waiting for the right Premier League opportunity to come along. But the jewel in the crown here, what Liverpool are good at, we know. We know how brilliant they are. We know what Liverpool are about. But there is one area where Liverpool will not be able to compete. And we know exactly what that area is. Financially. Whatever Liverpool can offer, whatever riches they can throw at you, whatever caveats they can bring to a contract, whatever players they can promise you, there are so many attributes to Liverpool. They bring many things. They bring Anfield, they bring the Kop, they bring the history, they bring the prestige. But they do not bring the pie and mash that comes at other clubs. And this, I believe, is the jewel in the crown. And this is why I think Liverpool should be so excited. Slot has proved that he can compete at the very top of a league title pursuit without the money. He has proven that he can win a league without being the richest. He has proven that he can be the underdog, at least in terms of finances, and he can succeed. The success that he has had at Feyenoord has been delivered on a shoestring budget. Now, of course, he's going to have more money to spend at Liverpool. Liverpool are an incredibly wealthy club, an incredible business, and one of the most recognised brands in the world. But he will not spend the most amount of money in the league. And he has proven that he cannot spend the most amount of money in the league, and he can still win it. The year before Slot won the league, he lost 7 of his first 11. 7 players left in order to bring in some money, in order to recoup some of the money that they desperately needed as a club. 7 of his first 11 left. Malacia went to United. Sinistera went to Leeds. Reece Nelson went back to Arsenal. But he did something truly incredible. Truly incredible. He spent 30 million quid on 17 players, and he turned them into the best team in the league. So Feyenoord turned a profit. They sold £70 million worth of talent. They brought in £30 million worth of talent, and they became the best team in the league. Just to put it in context, this is really key. I'm going to use an Ajax example because Ajax are the team that they would think they would be competing for the league title with. Feyenoord signed 17 players, 17 players for the same amount of money that Ajax spent on Steven Bergwijn. Remember when Ajax bought Steven Bergwijn from Tottenham? He arrived, 1 player, for the same amount as the 17 that Slot brought into Feyenoord. Guess who won the league? And the players that are at Feyenoord, they want to be there. They're there for the project. They're there for the spirit. They're there for the club, and they are there for the manager because they do not earn the wages, not even comparable to the wages that they would earn at Ajax. At Feyenoord, the top earner, about £1.5 million a year. That is less than a third of what the top earner at Ajax would earn. Ultimately, I believe that Arne Slot is perfectly suited to Liverpool. If you analyse where Slot excels, it is perfectly suited to where Liverpool need him to excel. He develops young players. Absolutely right. He has a decent European pedigree. Exactly who Liverpool are. He can win the league on a shoestring budget. Perfect, again, for Liverpool. And just look at his record. The man is a winner. He could quite easily have won the league with AZ Alkmaar that year if the league wasn't suspended. He has an excellent pedigree in Europe, which is totally in keeping with the traditions of Liverpool Football Club. He plays an aggressive, expansive style, which is in tune with following suit from Jurgen Klopp's setup. The continuity factor with Klopp is absolutely huge. And he's a man of principle, which again will chime with a lot of Liverpool fans. The fact that he stayed at Feyenoord when Leeds United came calling. The fact that he stayed at Feyenoord to try and win the league again when Tottenham came calling. It really does set him up for as good a chance as anyone to succeed in the intimidating but exciting task of following on from Jurgen Klopp. And although it's looking like Feyenoord aren't going to win the league, they aren't going to go back-to-back league titles. They have won a cup this year, and the points tally that they are going to amass is definitely worthy of winning a title. It's simply PSV have been amazing. So there we have it. They are my thoughts on Arne Slot to Liverpool. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please do me a favour, give this video a like, click subscribe if you've enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing what you say in the comments section. Cheers.